everybody. It is Kim here live at Soul Storm Quilt Shop. Happy Friday feature. I'm really excited about today's Friday feature because not only do we have an awesome line on sale and an amazing kit, after my little my little announcement here, I'm going to show you guys a little demo on a new tool that I love. So first off, today's line is from Moda Fabrics. It is called Sincerely Yours. This line, it came out last fall in regards to the breast cancer awareness. Stops here, Mom. Ha ha ha. So this line is originally $11.99, but all the yardage is on sale today at 20% off. I do have a really nice blender here, a nice white on white. I have quite a bit of this yardage, so if you guys are looking for just something to have in your stash, a nice white on white, this one's really great. It actually is more of a cream than a white, so it's really pretty. You'll like it. So that one's really good. I do have some fat quarter bundles. This is a 14 SKU fat quarter bundle. I have 4 of these left, so they're also at 20% off. And then I have these amazing quilt kits. This was the Stitch Pink quilt kit, and it was done up for the breast cancer awareness that Moda paired up with last year. I have a few of these available, not a lot. I have them originally for $125. We're gonna do them today at $30 off. So this now becomes a $95 kit. You get everything you need except for the back and I believe the binding, but you can see here it's a really pretty way to make some hearts.
How big of a quilt was it?
How big of a quilt is it? Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to bust into it and look at the pattern.
Sorry.
I'm not sure. It is a 64 by 75.5. It's a nice size quilt. Real great to hang on your wall, to gift to a friend, keep yourself. So it's a good one. So that is today's Friday feature. Sincerely Yours. You can check it out on our website at soulstormquilting.com. At the top, it'll say Friday feature. You can click on that and it'll take you to everything there. So again, the yardage and the fat quarter bundle is 20% off. And this quilt kit that I have here is $30 off. So now for the fun stuff. We're gonna take a little jaunt. We're gonna take a jaunt back. You guys can see here all of the new fabric we're slowly working on putting away, because Kim has more fun opening it than putting it away.
Yep.
True story.
Sure does.
True story. So we're gonna go on back to our education area, and I'm gonna show you guys.
I feel like I'm on the Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting dizzy.
So this is a little mini wall hanging. I have a pattern. It is called Log Cabin Heart Quilt. You can actually piece this with multiple different hearts and have a full kit, or excuse me, a full quilt. I just can't talk today, my goodness. And so we have the pattern here in store. I do have more on order. It is also under Friday feature, easy link. It's not on sale though, but I did use the line that is on sale today. Look at our little backing. Mom quilted it up. But would you guys believe it if I told you that I had all of these done and pieced in one evening? I did. True story. And again, you have to remember, Kim is a beginning quilter. I mean, I've only been sewing for about 1.5 years. So I was really excited when our rep told us about this little tool here. It's from Creative Grids. I have to cover up the QR code so it doesn't get all weird. This is a 4-inch curvy log cabin tool. I'm gonna show you guys kind of how it works on a quick demo. You're gonna love it for a couple different reasons. One, we've got cool patterns like this that use the curvy log cabin to make, do you see why they call it curvy? Do you see the curved scallops? See how it becomes curved? That's how you make that curved feature. What's really cool about all these tools that come from Creative Grid is not only do they make measuring super easy, cutting super easy with these little designs, Creative Grid also has their own built-in grippers, so you don't have to add things to any of your rulers. And then with every Creative Grid log cabin tool, you get this little tutorial. You can use the QR code, which I'm going to cover up because I don't want to screw things up, and it'll take you straight to a YouTube video on how this works. This one here that I'm showing off is for the 6-inch log cabin. So we have multiples here in the store, but the one I'm going to show you now is for the 4-inch curvy. So basically what's really cool, I'm going to have Mom kind of zoom in here. If you look real closely, you can see up here in the far left corner. Oops, where are you going, Mom? Here you go.
Well, I don't want to get that QR code in there.
Yeah, I'll cover it up with my finger.
Okay.
So it says here, template to cut. This here, this little white square here, this is your starting square. That's your starting center square. They want it to be 1 1/8. So you can simply place your fabric down and then just trim up. So I'm going to hopefully not get Mom to get that QR code in there. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, so this is our starting square, right? Now, to make a curvy log cabin, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have wide and narrow strips. The first thing you're going to do, here I've started one out. This is my center square, and these are my wides, and these are my narrows. As your block continues to grow out and out and out, what you do is you use this tool to start trimming. And as you can see here, so let's say I was on round 2. This is round 1. So I lined up my center square here on the narrow, and you can see I lined up these dotted lines. That's my sewing line
With your seam.
with my seam, and I trimmed around. And then I turned it around, and I did it again. That's how I got my narrow strips. That's how I cleaned off my white. Now, I'm going to, this is what's really fun about these. You do not have to do any cutting, any pre-cutting. You can use scraps. So for this pattern specifically, they want you to have approximately 1 3/8 strips to start with. And so what I did here is I just have some strips that I had cut off. You can use a jelly, cut it in half. It all kind of depends on the size of your grid that you're using. Since I'm using a 4-inch grid, I need a thinner strip. So this is my center square here that I started with, that one that I just cut. And this was the first row. This was row 2. This is row 3 and row 4. So my whites are my, gonna be like my background to make this heart. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna sew my edges together, okay? So let me just do that real quick. The nice thing about it too is that if you don't,
You got a quarter?
yep, if you do not rotary cut, you don't have to. Okay, so I am gonna do a little back stitching on it just so I don't lose it here while I'm showing this to you guys. I'm just gonna sew this down. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay. Cut. Mom's fancy machine cuts, mine doesn't. Okay, so I'm gonna fold that open. This is going to be my next wide strip. Now, as you can see here, I got this long tail and I don't need all that. But I also know that this next, when I go to trim it, I don't need to go beyond that. So instead of trimming it right away with my ruler, I'm just going to cut that off, okay?
Just a little, leave
Just
a little bit.
Leave a little, yep, just so that you have something to work with when you go to trim it off. I am going to use my little mini iron here and just give her a little quick iron, okay? Because what's really nice is that you end up with these perfect seams. Even if you finger press. Oh, iron's not on. Ha! Hot diggity dog. I thought I plugged it in. Well, okay, so we're just gonna finger press, you guys. We are just going to finger press. Oh, Mom's figuring it out, how to turn it on. Okay, the next, for this pattern specifically, I want another wide strip here on the top. So I'm going to, since this one's kind of a patchworky, I've got all these little strips. See, I've got just, you know, strips. These are all leftovers, you guys. That's what's really nice about these little log cabin things, that you can just use some strips, some scraps, and make this beautiful quilt. So this was one I just put on. I want my other wide on the top. I'm just gonna match it up. Again, you don't have to be perfect with it at all.
You can go over the edges
Yep.
because you're going to trim
Because
everything.
go over the edges, give yourself some room, give yourself a little bit of time to use those scraps, right? I'm gonna do a little back stitch. Make sure your seams are laying down. I just love the Creative Grid tools. Because you can, like I said, you can get so many done and so fast. We have a lot of patterns that we can use for them. So we can go ahead, again, like I did before, I know where my edge is from my white. So I'm just gonna go and give it a little trimmy trim, okay? And now I have my 2 whites. I'm gonna give it a nice little press. Mom figured out how to turn my iron on. See, I was prepared. I just want to go on record and say I was prepared. Okay, so this is what I had gotten done originally. These are my new wides, right? Okay, I'm going to go back to my thing. I am now on round 2 of my wide. See, I'm doing wide strips. I'm going to place that in the original square. Do you see that? How she fits in that original square? Okay. And then basically, let's see, I need to do it this way. There we go. You'll kind of figure out as you go where your squares need to go, and then you trim along there. So I have enough. I think what I actually did last time was I finished putting the whites on. So I'm gonna then put the white strips on and then trim it up. And again, all you do is you put these just line up the squares and give it a little trim. You have your 1/4 inch seam allowance. You guys see that there? And then you just keep turning it. Round 2, see if I wanted to make them narrow. Now I would have a narrow strip here. And you can pull it a little bit for computer technology purposes. See? And I got it all lined up. So this is how you would turn this tool, not the QR code, this tool to this into this. So again, you guys, it's a great pattern. I have them available at our Friday feature. It is $12. The curvy tool retails at just over $15. Yeah, sometimes tools are expensive, but again, I don't have to worry about cutting strips. I trim them up, I size them down. It's just another way to think smarter and not harder. So again, thanks for joining us on Friday Features. Today's line is Sincerely Yours. It's going to be on sale all weekend, 20% off, along with that fat quarter bundle. And the quilt kits are $30 off. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Bye.